It's a great day to be a North Carolina realtor. You know why? Because a huge piece of legislation dropped today. It is Senate Bill 317, and it is a collaborative effort between the North Carolina Realtors and the North Carolina Home Builders Association with the goal in mind to give the free market a way to help address the housing shortage we have in the state. Our three lead sponsors on this legislation would be my Senator Newton, Senator Moffitt, and Senator Lowe, and what they have put forth has now been joined by several other senators, and more are joining every minute because they see how impactful this legislative effort could be. What the legislation brings forward is some solutions to the growth we've had in North Carolina. Our legislature put in progress a few years ago a plan to bring jobs to the state, and holy smokes has it worked. We have over 1 million new residents in the state in the past decade. We're one of the top 3 states for business and for growth, and it just doesn't slow down. Well, with all those jobs and all those new people, we need places for them to live, but our building and development has just lagged, and of course during the COVID era, the run-up in labor and materials, it's just been hard to catch up. This legislation provides a creative way within the free market, nothing required, but an opportunity for our developers who, by the way, have embraced this in a big way already. So here's the skinny on Senate Bill 317. It will create a new type of subdivision. It must be at least 10 acres, so we're not talking a tiny infill place, we're talking a broad idea. At least 10% of the housing units in this development will be for buyers who do not exceed 80% of the area median income. Who would that be? Possibly first responders, teachers, assistants, healthcare workers. It could be anybody who is considered workforce housing. 10% of the units would also be for buyers who do not exceed 100% of the area median income. So maybe they're workforce housing that makes a little bit more. They've had their first job increase and still can't get into the market. We're going to see opportunities provided for 2 different price points. The remaining 80% can be market driven, so there won't be any restrictions on that, and it's going to create an interesting spectrum of opportunities within one subdivision. Of course, these subdivisions will maintain health and safety, building codes, minimum building standards, infrastructure, and managing the government regulations. I am so excited to see an opportunity come into the marketplace to provide some of that missing middle and some of that missing starter. This is going to be available in all 100 counties. We're very excited to see movement in the Senate. So if you're a North Carolina realtor, please call your North Carolina senator and encourage them to co-sponsor and get on board. And then after we get through the Senate, we'll go to the House, we'll go to the governor, and we're excited to be the kind of organization that is concerned about making sure there's an opportunity for the next generation to have the American dream. Good job, North Carolina realtors. Step 1 is in the books.